Most women struggle with aging. Deep down, they believe something is wrong. What if the real problem wasn't them? 2 years ago at 63, I started the YouTube channel called the Rebel Crone. I had 140 videos and a growing community. This past fall, when the world started to fall apart, I began a deep personal process. Here's what became crystal clear. The rules we were taught as women are based on a lie. The entire system we've adapted to, the very one that we are aging in, this system was never designed to grow our natural authority as we age. And because we have been steeped in this system and have complied for so long, it feels normal. And we assume the struggles we are experiencing mean that something is wrong with us. Well, this just isn't true. What is happening is that we are living inside a distorted structure and are calling it reality. This new chapter of the Rebel Crone isn't about the generic fixes we are shown. It's not about anti-aging creams, diet fixes, positive affirmations, or new techniques to cope better or slow the ravages of time. Why not? Why don't these work? These are only surface treatments for a much deeper problem. Aging in our society is very challenging, especially if you are a woman. Most of us live in an existential angst about getting older and feel like we have done something fundamentally wrong. It is our fault. The messages are loud and clear. Aging is not normal. Youth is where it's at. Got wrinkles? Well, clearly you didn't take care of your skin, but no worries, here's a jar that will make it all go away. Tired of being out of shape? Well, here's what you need to do. Run longer, or maybe lift heavier weights, or maybe just walk. Got fat? Eat vegetarian, or maybe vegan. No, how about carnivore diet as the magic remedy? Trust us, we are the ones that just flipped the food pyramid upside down, but now we know what we're talking about. Trust us. And it doesn't stop with the body. Feeling scattered? You lack hormones, focus, or maybe a hobby. Your life seems to be falling apart. Maybe you didn't use the right manifesting technique or didn't sit quietly long enough or follow the wrong leader. And it doesn't stop there. These are the obvious fingers wagging their disapproval at us. The programming goes much deeper. From a very young age, we are taught that what we do determines our worth. So we worked harder and harder to do our best to be useful and valuable. We based our whole worth on how well we performed. We were also taught that self-sacrifice is a virtue. So we gave and gave until somewhere along the way we began to disappear. We were told that our job is to make everyone happy. So we tried with our whole hearts to make peace wherever we went, to have everyone like us. And if someone was unhappy, well, obviously it's our fault, so we apologized. We tried and tried to be enough as if our lives depended on it. As we aged, it simply got harder and harder to play these roles. Society's rules and expectations and remedies all wore us down. But the real insidious part is the big lie. The big lie is there's something wrong with you because you got old. It was your fault. The message is that aging is unnatural, that we should be drinking from the fountain of youth for eternity in these bodies. But the kind, fair world that it is forgave us our trespasses and gave us a free gift of a ticket to board the next ship sailing off into the sunset. The only thing expected of us was to keep smiling. After all, that is what good girls do. So bottom line is that we must shrink to fit in, and when that doesn't work anymore, then it's time to exit the stage of life. So last fall, as the world started coming unglued, I stepped away from YouTube for a specific reason. I felt the foundation of my being was being rocked. I went from having so much to say and so many videos I wanted to make to having no inspiration and no desire to speak out. So I honored those feelings and I stopped making videos. What I knew was that if I was going to inspire women and to speak about reclaiming power as we age, there was some work that I needed to do on myself. I had to see where I was still making myself small, where I was still performing to fit in, where I was still seeking approval to feel loved, to be liked, to be respected, to be safe, and to have success, all within a structure that was never designed for my fulfillment, much less to be able to express my natural authority. So I stepped back, I listened, and made adjustments so that I could remember more of who I really am. Now, I'm not new to this. My journey of self-awareness began when I was just 7 years old. That was the first time I left my body. Think about it, a little Midwestern girl in the mid-60s sitting on a riverbank and suddenly finding herself floating between heaven and earth. You can imagine how incredible that must have been. And then to hear a voice answering my question of who am I? Well, needless to say, from then on, my life was never the same. After that experience, I understood with absolute clarity that I was not Elisa, that I was something much more. My 7-year-old mind came to a simple conclusion. If I'm not who I think I am, then maybe no one else is who they think they are. And maybe, just maybe, the world we see isn't what it appears to be either. That was the initiation of a lifelong quest to understand the truth of what is really going on. As we see the world coming unglued, and many of us are struggling at all levels, physically, mentally, and spiritually. If you are worried that what if you are feeling means that there's something wrong with you, I want you to know one thing. You are not broken. You are just waking up. I'm relaunching the Rebel Crone with a new mission. I'm here to share the deep truth I've come to know and the things that I'm still discovering. I'm here to show you the hidden programs that are designed to keep you small, to keep you from remembering who you really are. I'm here to remind you that being you is supposed to be the most natural thing in the world because it is the most natural thing in the world. That getting old is the opposite, the exact opposite of what the world has led you to believe. So thank you for watching, and if you feel inspired, like, subscribe, and leave a comment so I can get to know you as well. Also, if you go to my website, www.rebelcrone.com, and join the mailing list, there's a special free gift waiting for you. So remember, this journey isn't supposed to be about reinventing yourself to adjust to a changing world. It's about remembering who you are and who you have always been. This is the time to reclaim your authentic power. If you are a woman who no longer wants to live in the roles the world has handed you, if you're feeling invisible but unwilling to accept the best part of life was in the past, if you know that aging is not about becoming irrelevant, if you know that there is more for you to be and to do, maybe even more than ever before, then you are in the right place, and this message is for you. This is an extraordinary time to be alive, and it is no accident that you are here right now, living your life in your body and hearing this message. There are no mistakes. The only question is this: are you ready to stop shrinking and start remembering?